Hello, this is Greg the Window Doctor coming to you from picturesque Plano, Texas. I hope you're having a great day. You know, the last couple of weeks we've kind of changed the subject away from windows and doors to discussing siding. And we've discussed different kinds of siding that you can have out there. We've discussed some of the advantages of different kinds of siding. And last week we actually talked about coil stock. We talked about soffit system. One of the things I want to talk about today is all the accessory pieces that can really make that job look like a true craftsman has done it. It doesn't look like it's an afterthought and just pieced together. Now, some siding jobs look like that because they hire crews that don't have a lot of experience. They don't have a brake machine to bend the coil stock to make it set up there correctly. They're not well trained. They don't overlap it correctly, and obviously it's not going to look like a great job. But a great product needs a great installation team, and you also need great accessory pieces. Now, one of the things that adds accessory pieces to a house is shutters. And maybe a lot of houses don't have shutters, but here's a great product of shutters. Obviously, this is called a raised louver type shutter, has multiple colors, and this can be a great accenting piece, to really accent. If you have a light colored house and you want to add some color to it, then you can add some colored shutters to it. That would make a nice addition. Another thing that we could add to it would be the accessory pieces. Now, of course, we already have these things on our houses, but if you had a water spigot or an exterior light, you don't want to mount those directly on the siding because remember, the siding is curved. So if you're trying to put these pieces back onto a curved part, then obviously it wouldn't attach itself right. It would wobble or it would lay crooked. So the way we want to do it is to put it on a standard block or a J block that's flat, which siding can go into, and then the light, wiring's added through the middle, and then the light's attached to it. Or the same way for a faucet. That would make a much nicer look to have these needed features that we have in our house. And of course, you're going to have attic vents. Sometimes you may have the old louvered vents that are typical in a lot of the older houses, but it ages the house, the way it looks. You really don't want to cover those up because we don't want to hold that heat up in your attic. We want it to be able to get out, and that's why we add the holes to your soffit system. But to have a vinyl soffit, a vinyl vent that can be attached to your house to go with your vinyl siding is many times a much more attractive option than some of the other things you have. And then in addition to that, if you have a really nice house and you really want to add some distinction to it, you've got things that can be added above the door. You have dental molding, which is kind of an old colonial type look. And you have dentals that are added above the windows and things to really kind of make them stand out. And another thing that's really nice is the corner post. And they come in a variety of different sizes and shapes. So this is some of the designs that I was talking about before. And even some of the posts on your porch can have be made out of a vinyl. One of the things I'm looking for, here's a corner post. Now, interestingly enough, what a lot of people don't realize is that when your house is being built, that your house at the corners most of the time are not insulated. So you have an area, and there's multiple corners on your house, more than 4 typically, that aren't insulated at all. And they're open in behind those pieces of wood. So that's an area that typically you're going to get a lot of energy loss. So when we go to put our corner posts up, we're not just covering the corners to make it maintenance free. Ours are insulated. It actually has insulation attached to the back of that corner post to insulate it. And you have a lot of designs, a variety of different designs that can be used to decorate all those corners of your house to make it more attractive for you. Obviously, we have a variety of different vents, covers that can be used, louvers that can be used like a dryer vent to allow your dryer to ventilate to the outside, and that can open when it's actually operating your dryer and then close up otherwise. So you can see that the details, like they used to say, the devil's in the details. Well, in this, the beauty's in the details. So you really want to have a company that can provide all the additional accessory pieces and detail pieces so an experienced crew can put those on, really make your house look beautiful. Again, this is Greg, the Window Doctor, thanking you for your time and wishing you a best day.